Okay. All right. We should be live. Charles, were you able to get the buzzer code?
Hold on.
I'll typing it in the private chat as well, in case. But while you do that, we will give people a few minutes to join us.
What was the code?
649736.
Got it.
Okay. All right, you guys are both on here. So.
Sorry. Can you reset my buzzer? I accidentally clicked it.
No worries.
All
right. Well, everyone, welcome. We're going to give people a couple minutes to join before we get into the game. But first, I want to make a few quick announcements. The first, of course, make sure you like and follow all of us here today on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever we're on. Follow us. We all give some very helpful and important information out, and all of the information about each of our contestants you can find in the event page on Facebook. So with that in mind, and make sure you share this as well. This is a great way, especially if you are about to take the naturalization test, to get to hear some practice questions and how USCIS will actually decide if you got the answer right or not. While we continue to have our audience arrive, let's just talk about naturalization real quick. What is naturalization? It is the process. Is there an echo? There's always an echo. Everyone check. It might be me. Everyone check their stuff.
No, you sound great.
Okay, then it's just me. All right. So the naturalization is one of the processes of becoming a U.S. citizen. So there's 4 different ways to become a U.S. citizen. One is you're born in the U.S. The second is called acquisition of citizenship. That's when you're born outside the U.S., but both of your parents are U.S. citizens. The third is derivative citizenship. This is also called automatic citizenship. And generally speaking, you have to be under the age of 18. When your parent naturalizes, you have to have a green card and be in the custody of the naturalized parent. And finally, what this show is about here today, naturalization, that's the process of when you have a green card and you file for your citizenship on your own behalf. You have to meet a bunch of requirements, including being over the age of 18, being physically present in the U.S., having good moral character, and have been a permanent resident for 3, 4, or 5 years. And then in addition, you have to pass the English test, which is writing and reading, and you have to pass the civics test, and that's what this show is about. You normally get 10 tries to answer 6 questions correctly. We're going to go to 10 today, just because 6 kind of goes by a little fast. So the rules of the game: first to 10 wins. Very simple. I do not tell you the score as we go along. You're welcome, of course, to keep track on your own. I do not play biases, although I was accused at our practice round of playing a bias. I assure you that I am very good at method acting. I put myself in the shoes of a USCIS officer, and all I try to do is think, if I were a USCIS officer and you were interviewing for naturalization, is your answer close enough to the answer that I have written? All the questions and all of the answers are taken word for word from USCIS's practice tests. So no biases here. I can assure both of you that. And of course, what I consider the most important rule of the game is that you cannot buzz in until I finish reading the question. If you buzz in early, you will forfeit your turn for the round, and your contestant will get a free turn. How does that sound, guys?
Sounds fair.
All right. So we're gonna have a couple. Oh, I forgot to also say that some of the questions will specifically say you only need to give one answer. So you only need to give one answer, even if I read multiple answers, because like what are the 3 branches of the government? You're going to give me 1 branch. Obviously, there's 2 more. I'm going to say all of them. But if it doesn't say that you only have to give 1, if the answer asks for multiple things, then you will not get it right unless you give all of the things in the answer. Make sense? Okay, perfect. So with that in mind, why don't, before we start the PowerPoint, let's do our coin flip to see who gets to choose the category first.
Well, Amanda, before we go, can we introduce ourselves real quick?
We're going to do that right after the coin flip.
Gotcha.
I promise you, don't worry. It's all there. Okay, so front, this is my Tokyo Olympic coin from 1964. There's heads on the front, the back, there's these Olympic rings. All right, Charles, call it in the air.
Heads.
It is tails. So Kevin, would you like to go first or defer to the second half?
I defer.
It's fine.
Now,
Kevin needs all the help he can get, so I'm glad he could have the coin flip.
There's no second half. That's a bad joke.
Oh no! I got tricked already.
It was a little bit of a tricky
Oh
question.
Man, I'm just not good.
I'll give you one more chance. Do you want to go first, or would you like Charles to choose first?
I will choose first.
Okay. Well, let me load the slideshow, and we'll get to introductions and then to the game. Now, I'm still having issues for some reason with the audio, so of course I'll sing it to you, which is a very beautiful song. Do 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 do. All right, welcome. All right, I'm your host, Attorney Amanda Schaefer. I'm born and raised in New York. I thought I changed this graphic, but I guess I didn't. I am a certified scuba diver. My graphic for today, which I forgot to change, was supposed to say that I prefer dogs to people. It's a true fact. True fact.
No argument here.
Most people don't, except for the cat people. I'm not trying to offend the cat people. I just prefer dogs to humans. Cats are nothing to do with it. I also did not change my quote. And I was about to change my quote of why I'm proud to be an American because of how well we're handling COVID. But then I realized that today in New York City, there was a ticker tape parade for our first responders. Not today, tomorrow. Today. Yeah, it was today. So that's why I didn't go to the office. My office is right down in the financial district. So I work from home today. Charles is already buzzing. He's ready.
Sorry.
So I wanted to, again, thank the healthcare workers and everyone on the front line who's been tirelessly working to help us overcome this pandemic. We're not there yet, but we're close, a lot closer than we were, not too long ago. So we thank everyone for that. So let's meet our contestants now. Contestant number 1, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me, Amanda. My name is Kevin Gregg. I'm a partner at Kurzban, Tetzeli & Pratt. In Miami is where the firm is based, but I am based in San Diego. I'm honored to be here. I've been seeing all this going on Facebook and the social media. I'm also the host of Immigration Review Podcast, which I think a lot of people watching might know, where I go over all of the published immigration decisions each week. And just to be clear, this hat says make immigration great again, not make America great again, which is also a phrase. This is the hat associated with Kurzban's source book, my boss, and it's even signed by Ira. So if you're lucky enough one day at an AILA National, you could get one yourself. So this is my Make Immigration Great Again hat, and it's a good luck charm, unless I lose to Charles, at which case it is a bad luck charm.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Kevin. And why are you proud to be an American?
Well, I'm proud to be an American for a lot of reasons. I chose when America's actions match its ideals. I think we'd be not only the best country in the world, but a shining light for the world and make the world a better place. So that's why I'm proud to be an American. And hopefully one day we see that.
Oh, we also forgot to mention your fun fact, if you can explain it, how you were almost denied admission to Laos.
That is correct. From Vietnam into Laos after about a 12-hour bus ride. Terrible bus ride. I presented my passport that I got when I was 18 years old and had hair down to my shoulders, and the border officer refused to let me into his country until I asked him, okay, fine, how much will it cost to enter your country? At which point he told me $20 US would make it such that I am the individual in my passport, which I was. So I don't know if that's a passport. I don't know if that's immigration fraud vis-a-vis Vietnam to Laos, but it did happen. And that's my fun fact.
Yeah, I don't think the same thing would happen coming into the U.S.
But it's not fraud if it's you, right?
No, but I think that he had you bribe him.
It wasn't a bribe. It was an on-the-spot expedite fee.
It's extortion.
I don't know that. You know what? I don't know their laws. So.
I used to be an expert in Laos laws, but I'm not up to date.
Well, Eliana, one of our former contestants, she was very concerned about Kevin's hat. So if you missed what Kevin's hat says, make immigration great again. And anyone out there watching who's not familiar with Kurzban, he has written the book that all immigration attorneys used for way before I started practicing. He's one of the most, well-respected immigration attorneys out there. And he literally, when you have a question, you turn there first. So that's pretty cool to have a signed hat and to be a partner at his law firm. So thank you for joining us, Kevin.
Thanks. I'm getting a little worried about the hat. I hope people can say immigration or it's going to be a long career when this goes public, but I'm going to stick with the hat.
Well, I think it might intrigue people, like a guy wearing that hat. I don't know.
Getting close.
Before we get to contestant number 2, Ibrahim, I see your question, but sir, I'm not answering questions today about immigration. We're just doing the game show. So I will put in the comments my email address, and I'm happy to assist you tomorrow with your question. All right, let's get to contestant number 2. Can you please introduce yourself?
So my name is Charles Coons. I have a solo practice in North Carolina. I do immigration law all over the Southeast. I go to DC, I go to Chicago, I go to New York. I have a policy wherever the money is, I will be there. I also do criminal defense, family, civil litigation, landlord-tenant law. As a solo, I consider myself a toaster lawyer, which means I will take whatever pops up.
I feel you on that. Thank you for joining us today, Charles. And tell us a little bit about your 4 adopted sisters from China.
So my parents had 4 children the old-fashioned way, and they were all boys. And my mom decided this was ridiculous. She needed some daughters. So in 1996, my mom adopted my first sister, and that was followed by another one in 2002, another in 2004, another in 2005. And at the time, I found all this boring, going to naturalization ceremonies. And we're Jewish, so going to ceremonies to make them Jewish and all this. And now I'm begging my mother, can I see their immigration applications? I want to see how much has changed in the last 25 years.
Wow. Well, so you're one of 8.
One of 8. I'm the oldest of 8.
Wow. That's a lot.
And every one of us is English royalty. It's Charles, James, William, Edward, Eleanor, Sarah, Catherine, Elizabeth.
I like it.
Well, did your sisters give up their titles when they naturalized?
Yes, because at the age of 9 months, they were definitely Chinese royalty. It's funny you mentioned that because I had a Canadian today, 63, just looking to naturalize. And I did have to ask if he had any hereditary titles. And he thought I was making fun of him. I said, look, you could be part of the Order of Canada. It's possible.
That's true. You never know. You got to ask all the questions. The one that I think they can remove is the question about, were you a Nazi in the 1920s?
Not yet.
Nope, 33 to 45, and I've had one person
really?
who was that old. In 2019, I naturalized an 86-year-old woman.
Wow.
So I did have to ask.
Interesting. Okay, well, I take it back then. Okay, Charles, can you please tell us why you're proud to be an American?
So I know it's corny, but my bachelor's was in U.S. history, and I do like the fact that in 1776 we wrote the words "all men are created equal," and less than 20 years later we followed up with the Bill of Rights. That's something that in the 18th century no other country was doing. Our country was founded upon certain key principles that have built us into what we are today. And it means a lot. It means that when I, as a criminal defense attorney, have a client, I can say, let's look at the search. Let's look at the stop. Let's look at how the police came to interact with this guy. And he has rights that he wouldn't have in any other Western country.
That's very true. Well, thank you for sharing. And we don't have a fun hat, but we have a couple fun pictures. What are we looking at here?
So that's my fiance and I. We've been together 4 years. We were down in the Bahamas back in May, a little vacation without our child. And, being as you're not in the United States, I was able to get a Cuban cigar. So we're sitting outside at a, cigar bar. I'm smoking on a Cuban cigar, and she's looking beautiful as always.
Well, thank you for sharing. And we have one more. I didn't cover any of your pictures for a reason.
That's my Shih Tzu, Walter. My fiance and I, we've been dating a month when we decided to adopt him. And I think that we both have the same look. We're both white and black with our hair, the premature gray, and we both like to nap. So that was him napping in the crook of my arm on the couch while we were watching TV.
Well, I love it. You guys, I think you could see more of the resemblance in your headshot. So that's why I wanted to leave it uncovered. I also think you look like the guy from Westworld in this picture, Bernard.
I'll have to look that one up because I have not watched
Bernard. Yeah, it might be the glasses and the facial hair, but I think you guys have a little bit of a look, and the pup.
Well, when I was in law school, my mother graduated from law school in 1976, and she was a white shoe lawyer in New York, and she told me if I didn't shave my beard, no one would ever hire me. And joke's on her, I hired myself.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you for joining us as well, Charles. With that, we were going to begin our show. Real quick on the buzzer, Charles, it says you're disconnected. You got to move it over.
I'm ready to go.
You got it? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. All right, cool.
Oh, I already buzzed in. Can you unbuzz me? Sorry. I was refreshing my phone.
Getting nervous.
Never nervous.
Okay. And a quick reminder of the rules. 1st to 10 wins. You will not know the score until it is over. And you cannot buzz in until I finish reading the question. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Kevin, you won the coin toss, so you choose the first category.
I choose the 1800s.
1800s. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. Kevin.
The Civil War.
The Civil War. That is correct. Off to a strong start.
Really difficult one.
Charles, your board.
Symbols.
Symbols. Why does a flag have 50 stars? Kevin.
The states. One for each state.
50 states. That is correct.
Got a trigger finger.
A lot of times this game comes down to reflexes, guys. All right, Kevin, it is now your board once again.
So I guess I learned, I think Charles said he's an American history major. Is that what he said? Wow, okay.
Arizona State, 2006.
How about that? Well, let's go recent American history then, because I, try and get out of his studies maybe.
Quite a good strategy move. Recent American history and other historical information. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? Charles.
Civil rights movement.
Civil rights movement.
Did I not mention that my concentration area was the 1970s?
You did not. No, that wasn't said. No.
All right. Very good. And it is also your board.
Principles of American government, please.
Wait a minute. I have not been unbuzzed.
I got
I'm
you.
unbuzzed.
Thank you for reminding me. And
I'm trying not to get unbuzzed myself.
Yeah. Right.
Principles of American government. What did the Declaration of Independence do? Kevin.
Declare our independence from the country of England.
Announced our independence from Great Britain, declared our independence from Great Britain, said that the U.S. is free from Great Britain. That is correct.
Well, he said England. Great Britain consists
Well,
of,
you know,
of England,
it's-
Wales, and Northern Ireland. England should not count for
No one
United
was
Kingdom.
talking about Wales in 1776. Nobody cares about Wales. I mean, no offense to the Wales.
That wasn't the country we declared independence from.
Well, I will say that that is a good appeal. However, your appeal is denied because I do believe the USCIS officer would hear England and give it to him. So appeal is denied. And Kevin, it's your board, I believe?
Yes, and I apologize for calling you biased yesterday. Geography for 500, please.
Geography, 492. This is a toughie, guys. Name one state that borders Canada. Charles.
New York.
Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and of course, Alaska. That is correct. And it is your board.
Colonial period and independence, please.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. Colonial period and independence. Okay. Oh. Hope you guys studied. When was the Constitution written? Kevin.
1789.
Ooh, it looks like it is 1787. You got to get the sad face. Sorry about that one.
Did you know that, Charles?
I had a feeling Charles would know that one. But Kevin, good news is it is your board.
1800s again, please.
1800s. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Kevin.
It freed the slaves. It announced the freeing of slaves in the Confederacy, which by that point was declaring itself a separate country from the United States.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Freed the slaves. Freed the slaves in the Confederacy. Freed the slaves in the Confederate States. Freed slaves in most southern states. That is... ignore that one. That was correct.
Oh, she got herself on the silver dollar.
Here, you're not going to use that question, but you'll get I want you to get your correct answer. All right, Charles, your board.
Geography.
Geography. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States? Charles.
Atlantic.
What was that?
Atlantic.
Atlantic. That is correct.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, which one is it? Is the Indian Ocean? Is the Arctic?
Kevin, your board.
System of government, please.
System of government. What is the name of the vice president, not vice, of the United States? Kevin.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, that is correct. Charles, your board.
Rights and responsibilities.
Rights and responsibilities. When must all men register for the Selective Service? Kevin.
Age of 18.
At age 18, between age 18 and 26. That I believe they would accept either answer for, so I am going to give that one to you.
We're very not biased today.
It was on the screen.
I said she was not biased. It's a good thing.
If there were two, if it only had from 18 to 26, it would have been wrong. But because it gave both options, and it didn't say give 2 or 3, whatever.
I'm surprised they accept that, because the question on the N400 is, if you are a male between the ages of 18 and 26, have you registered for the Selective Service?
I agree.
I'm not saying, I know Kevin's right. I'm just saying it's surprising they accept that.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Let everybody watching write a letter. Okay, Kevin, you're bored.
Principles of American government.
Principles of American government. What is the economic system in the United States? Kevin.
Capitalism. And I resisted any joke.
Capitalist economy and market economy. That is also correct.
That's not what I've heard on Twitter.
Right.
What's that?
I said that's not what I've heard on Twitter.
Well, again, I don't get the answers from Twitter. That comes from USCIS. So I take.
Well, Kevin said he resisted a joke, and I didn't get it, so I had to make the joke.
Okay, I got you. All right. Well, Charles, it is your board.
Rights and responsibilities.
Rights and responsibilities. Name one right only for U.S. citizens. Charles.
Serve on a jury.
That should say 4. Run for federal office. Vote in federal election.
That's not correct. You can run for federal office if you're not a U.S. citizen.
That doesn't sound correct.
Well, you can only serve on a jury if you're a U.S. citizen. That is one of the rights of being a U.S. citizen, is serving on a jury. That is absolutely one of the. No, it's a right. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can serve on a jury.
No, I know. Yeah, that I'm gonna have to check on this myself, because, like I said, I thought I copied everything word for word. It's possible I made a mistake, but I'm giving you that one because you are correct. I have a feeling this was my mistake, not yours.
It sounded right.
Yeah, yeah. Normally I don't go by sounds, but in this case, I think that's fair. Okay, Kevin, you're bored.
1800s again.
1800s. A lot of Civil War today. Name one problem that led to the Civil War. Charles.
Slavery.
Final answer?
Yes.
Slavery.
Number 1.
Economic reasons, states' rights. That is correct. We only needed 1.
And just a reminder, the states' right they wanted was slavery. There was no other right they were interested in.
Straight out of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say slavery. Slavery. Yeah. Which way to the welfare office?
That is a very good point. And it's your board, Charles.
Geography.
Geography. I know this is a tough one. What is the capital of the United States? Charles, quick with the finger.
Washington, D.C.
Hashington?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
I heard Hashington.
I heard Hashington, but I that's why I asked. That was correct.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, we are very close here. We are neck and neck. And Kevin, and it is your board.
Geography again, please.
Geography. Name one U.S. territory. Charles.
Guam.
Guam?
Guam too.
Guam.
Guam.
Here today, Guam tomorrow.
Ooh, you might have lost points on that joke. Puerto Rico.
No.
U.S.
Good
Virgin
joke.
Islands, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, and Guam. That is correct. Okay, and yet again, Charles, it is your board.
Symbols. That sounds fun.
Oh, I didn't let us do symbols last time, I think.
Right. You didn't let us do holidays either. We haven't gone there yet.
Okay. Why does the flag have 13 stripes, Charles?
To represent the original 13 colonies, of course.
13 original colonies. That is correct. Charles has mounted quite the comeback here. I think Kevin's finger is getting tired.
Getting real tired.
What I did was I let Kevin get ahead, then I put money on myself when the odds were better.
Very smart. Very smart. Kevin, it's your board.
Recent American history.
Recent American history and other historical information. Who was president during World War I? Kevin.
Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson. That is correct. All right. Charles, back to you.
An anecdotal point, that is the question that most stumps my clients. Because
Really?
they hear who was president during, and they just instantly say Roosevelt, and they don't listen to the full question, and they jump on that.
It's a hard one.
That makes sense. I would have thought. I would have thought the
principles. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the question, like, what is the rule of law? I always get people stumped on, but we're not going to answer that in case it comes up. So you want what are you choosing? Principles of American government.
Principles of American government.
Principles of American government. What is an amendment, Charles?
Change to the Constitution.
A change to the Constitution, an amendment to the Constitution. That is correct. Kevin, it is your board, and before you choose, I cannot say who, but one of you is one away from absolute victory. Okay, so choose wisely, Kevin.
I'm worried it's Charles. I'm worried it's Charles.
It's a secret.
Usually women are worried it's Charles. I don't usually hear this from men.
I'm worried about Charles. So I'm going to go out on a limb, go to something we have never done before, and pick holidays.
Ooh, good one. Holidays. Name not one, but two national holidays. Kevin.
Martin Luther King's birthday and Memorial Day.
MLK Day, Memorial Day. Final answer.
Final answer. Really hope I'm right.
New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day,
Oh.
President's Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day.
Is not Veterans Day Memorial Day?
Also, it's not MLK's birthday. It's MLK Day. MLK's birthday is January 15th, and we celebrate it on a different day every year.
Wow. Wow.
Ooh.
Does it not recognize his birthday?
It's Monday. It's the third Monday in January. It changes every year.
Well, let's leave it to Amanda.
I am first looking if Veterans Day is Memorial Day. I didn't think it was.
No, Veterans Day is not Memorial Day. Veterans Day is November 11th. It recognizes World War I. Memorial Day is the last Monday in May. Those are completely
Veterans
different
Day
holidays.
only about
Veterans Day is November 11th every year.
That I know. I know they are. I know. Yeah. I don't know why.
Veterans Day is not Memorial Day. Veterans Day is for veterans. Memorial Day is for people killed in action.
So, putting aside whether I got it right or not, is Memorial Day not a federal holiday?
It is a federal holiday, but Memorial Day is not Veterans Day.
All of what Charles just said is correct. However, unfortunately, you do have to get the sad face because the birthday the birthday point was a good point. Now I have to look at, like I said, I've copied every answer on that answer cake, but I need to look if Memorial Day is not on there because that should be on there. And if I were in a naturalization interview and my client said Memorial Day and they tried to say it was wrong, I would be calling for the supervisor.
No, Memorial Day is definitely right. it is a federal holiday. It's just
Right.
not Veterans.
All right. Well, I gotta check on that, but it's just Martin Luther King Day, not his birthday, unfortunately. Kevin, Charles, it is your category. Your turn.
All right. I like Kevin's style. Let's do the other holidays.
Holidays. When do we celebrate Independence Day? Charles.
July 4th.
July 4th. That is correct. And with that, this brings us to our final score. Let's find out who the winner is today.
It's
Kill
dogs.
winner, please. And the winner is Charles. Congratulations.
Once again,
Congratulations.
Coonspan beats Kurzban.
And Kevin, if you watched our episode last week, there actually the same question the person got wrong too, our contestant. And I think like a couple of shows ago, it's just an annoying question. New Year's Day, Independence Day. But you put up a great fight. It was tooth and nail this entire time. I want to thank you both for participating. Let's take off our beautiful picture of Charles so we could see both of our contestants. I hope you guys had a good time. If you're watching, don't forget to like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. It's all in the event page. If you need an immigration attorney, criminal defense, some families, some appeals, litigation, all of us serve clients all over the country and all over the world and are available to help you. We appreciate you all coming out tonight. We will be back in 2 weeks with episode number 11. And I also forgot to mention at the beginning that we just celebrated Independence Day, July 4th. And I wanted to congratulate all of the naturalized citizens this year. And I know they have a nice ceremony on July 4th. So congratulations. If you are studying for your naturalization test, this is a great, go back, watch all our shows. You'll get to see all the questions and it'll help you remember them. At least I think, in my opinion. All right. So thank you guys very much and have a great night.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.